If you've ever entered a trade exactly according to plan, watched it pull back a little bit, felt your heart rate going up, moved your stop loss to break even, only to watch price stop you out before running straight to your target. If you've ever had that happen, then this video is for you, because one of the biggest mistakes I see traders make isn't in taking bad trades, it's taking good trades and then managing them poorly because they don't actually trust the trade that they took. They trusted enough to hit the buy or the sell button, but not enough to let it play out. The problem isn't their entry. The problem is that their confidence disappears the second that money is on the line. And today, I want to talk about where real confidence comes from, because confidence isn't something that you're born with. It isn't just a personality trait. It's something that's built. So first, let's talk about what confidence is not. A lot of traders believe that it comes after profitability. They tell themselves, like, once I'm consistently profitable, then I'll finally feel confident. But that's backwards. Confidence doesn't come from winning. It comes from repeatedly executing a process that is proven and actually works. Traders lose all the time. Like, profitable traders lose all the time. The difference is that they don't lose confidence every time they lose a trade, because their confidence isn't attached to each individual outcome. It's attached to their process, right? And that they know what their edge is. So here's why most traders don't trust their entries. There's usually 3 reasons. The first one, your rules are too vague. A lot of traders justify an entry by saying something like, it looks bullish, or it looks like it's going up. That's not a rule, that's an opinion. And opinions fall apart the second that price moves against you. When your trade pulls back, your brain immediately starts negotiating. You're thinking like, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I entered too early. I should probably protect myself and move my stop loss. And suddenly you're managing your emotions instead of managing the trade. Objective rules remove that negotiation. So instead of saying, it looks like it's going here, you want something more like, the trend is bullish, price reaches a key level, buyers step in with volume, and there's a confirmation candle, like a bullish engulfing candle or whatever. Now your brain knows exactly why you're in the trade. You're not guessing, you're executing. So ask yourself this: could another trader read your written rules and take almost the exact same entry as you? Or if you were sitting in the room with someone else, would you be able to explain why, like put up a good argument as to why you entered this trade? If the answer is no, then your rules are probably too subjective. All right, number 2, maybe you don't actually know your edge. This one's huge. Most traders have opinions, but very few have data. So ask yourself, what's your average win rate? What's your average risk to reward? How often do your trades hit the full target? Or how often do they hit your stop loss? Most traders have no idea, which means that every pullback feels dangerous because you don't know that maybe this is actually normal. So your journal shouldn't just tell you whether you won or lost. It could answer a few other questions like, how often does it reach target 1, and then how often does it reach my full target? How far do my winning trades typically pull back before they continue? Imagine if your journal shows that 70% of your winning trades pull back before reaching your target. So then the next time that price pulls back, instead of panicking, you're going to think, this is exactly what my data shows is going to happen. That data replaces fear, and it'll give you more confidence in your setup. You'll know what your edge is. Number 3, you're emotionally attached to every single trade. So instead of viewing this as trade number 327, you're treating it like this trade determines everything. Like, you need this one to work. You need this one to make your money back, or you need this one to hit your target or pass a prop firm eval or whatever. That pressure destroys confidence. Every trade is emotionally charged, like you're too attached. But profitable traders don't think that way. They know that every trade is simply one sample across a very large number of trades. Confidence comes from repetition. Confidence is earned through evidence. Every single time you follow your rules, whether the trade wins or loses, you're building trust. Not trust in the strategy, but trust in yourself. Because the real question isn't, can my strategy make money? It's, can I consistently execute my strategy? Those are two completely different things. The fastest way to increase confidence is probably the most overlooked thing. Do what you say you're going to do. Seriously. Like, it sounds simple, but confidence isn't just built through winning trades. It's built by keeping promises to yourself. If you make a rule, follow it. If your plan says that you're taking a maximum of 3 trades, then take 3 trades. If your rule says you're risking $200, risk $200. If your plan says that you don't move your stop loss until price reaches a certain level, then don't touch your stop loss. Every time you break one of your own rules, your subconscious starts believing something dangerous. It believes that I can't trust myself. And if you can't trust yourself, how are you ever supposed to trust your entries, right? Every time you keep a promise to yourself, even if the trade loses, you strengthen your confidence. Because confidence isn't just believing in your strategy, it's believing that you'll actually follow it. So think about someone that you trust in your life. You trust them because they're consistent, right? They do what they say they're going to do. You need to become that person for yourself. Your confidence isn't built by watching a motivational video like this. It's built through integrity. And that integrity is with yourself and with your trading plan. You guys, I want to be honest with you. This is something that I still work on with following my rules and stop loss risk management, and not risk management, but like moving my stop loss and trade management. I'm not perfect. There are still trades where I feel that urge to protect my profits too early or move my stop loss because I don't want to watch my unrealized gains disappear. Just because I've been profitable doesn't mean these emotions magically go away. The difference is that now I can recognize what's happening and I know it's fear talking and not my trading plan. And I have to remind myself that if I want bigger winners, I have to give my edge room to play out. I'm constantly working on improving my trade management. So if this is something you struggle with, you're definitely not alone. All right, quick note, you guys. I just recently opened up a priority access list for my one-on-one coaching program called the FMT Academy that you might have heard me talk about it. But this is where I work closely with you and other traders to help you secure more payouts consistently and become a more profitable trader. So if you want to get notified when spots open up, just click the first link in the description of this video and join the waitlist. All right? So here's what I want to tell you. Here is why traders move stop losses too early. Moving your stop to break even usually isn't a stop loss problem. It's a trust problem. You're trying to eliminate uncertainty. And unfortunately, trading doesn't work that way. When you move your stop loss because you're nervous, you're basically saying that I'd rather guarantee a tiny outcome than allow my edge to play out. And ironically, that's exactly what prevents your edge from working out over time. So let's be clear. Sometimes moving your stop loss is absolutely the correct decision. If your trading plan says, after it reaches this level, after taking partial profits, or after market structure changes or whatever, then yes, move your stop loss. Perfect. That's rule-based. But if you're moving it because you're uncomfortable, that's emotional management. That's not trade management. So here's an exercise for you guys. For the next 30 trades, track these things. Track your entry, your original stop loss, your original target, the biggest pullback after entry, whether you moved your stop loss, and then what would have happened if you had simply left the trade alone. And then ask yourself, how many winners did I cut short out of those 30 trades? How much money did moving to break even early actually cost me? Were those fears accurate, or were they emotional reactions? I've had people do this exercise before in my FMT Academy, and most people discover something shocking. The market wasn't the biggest problem. It was their trade management. They got in their own way. So here's my final thoughts for you guys. Confidence isn't believing that every trade is going to win. Confidence is believing that your process gives you an edge over hundreds of trades, right? You don't need certainty on this trade. You need confidence that if you continue executing your plan over a wide span of trades, exactly as it's written, then the probability will eventually take care of itself. Every time fear overrides your rules, you weaken your confidence. Every time you trust your process, even when the trade loses, you strengthen it. Because confidence isn't built in avoiding losses, it's built by collecting evidence that your process actually works. And by becoming the kind of trader who always does what they say they're going to do, that is where your real confidence comes from. All right, you guys. So, final thoughts. If you're serious about securing more payouts and becoming a more confident trader, then I want you to click the first link in the description below and join the priority access list for working with me one-on-one in the program that I call the FMT Academy. I go in order of who has applied, so the sooner you're on the list, the sooner you can secure a spot once we actually start taking more students. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.